Hey, Nat here. Let's see what's making news. After more than 20 years on board the International Space Station, Russia has called it quits. It says it's going to leave the ISS by 2024, instead focusing on building its own space station. But the move is a bit controversial. Here's Joe.
Okay, I'm going to head out now.
Yeah, Russia's space corporation, Roscosmos, has announced the country's departure from the ISS after 2024. But it came out of nowhere, at least according to the US government.
I understand that we were taken by surprise by the public statement that went out.
It ends 20-plus years of US-Russia collaboration, building and running the ISS. But their story goes a lot further back than that. In the 1950s and 60s, the US and Russia were in an intense rivalry called the space race, which was, well, a race to get to space first. In 1975, though, astronaut Tom Stafford and cosmonaut Alexei Leonov docked their spacecraft together and symbolically ended the rivalry. But now, Russia wants to build its very own space station.
Oh, so that's why he left. Right, okay. Wait, so does that mean this is the end of the ISS?
Well, no. NASA says it wants to keep the ISS running until 2031, with help from other countries. And until 2024, Russia will continue working with the US, shuttling astronauts and cosmonauts back and forth, which means the cosmonauts will stay on board, for the time being.
Yeah, you can come back now, bud. Well, thank goodness. It's very cold out here.
Let's head to the US now, where wildfires are burning across the country. In California, thousands of firefighters are trying to contain them. The fires have already burnt more than 6,000 hectares of land, and thousands of people have been forced to leave their homes. The fires are getting close to Yosemite National Park, where people have been working to protect some of the world's oldest sequoia trees.
The sequoias in Yosemite National Park are a special place, but they've also been doing active fire management. We are dealing with a very intense situation out there.
England is through to the Women's Euro final, and fans are celebrating. Here's Gladys with all that and more in sport.
That's right, England has made it to the Women's Euro 2022 final, and fans couldn't be happier.
It was a bit loud and it hurt in my ears.
Well, mostly everyone. England beat Sweden 4-0 and dominated in the second half.
I've been really amazed when they scored 4 goals.
Yeah, I know Sweden are second in the world and everything, but we outdid them, outclassed, perfect team game, honestly, all over.
And what's not to love about this back heel by Alexei Leonov? And to basketball, Aussie Liz Cambridge has left her WNBA team in the middle of the season. Earlier today, the Los Angeles Sparks announced they'll be releasing Cambridge from her contract, which they say is what she wants.
Every dog has its day. Yeah, I think we can work with that one. Police in Western Australia are rolling out a new type of canine unit, Spot the Robot Dog. Yep, it's just joined their tactical response group, where it's being trained to deal with bombs and other suspicious items, like this backpack.
This is cutting-edge technology. It is something that is in Australia first.
Whew. What do you reckon, Rex? Rex? 3 lion cubs out and about. It's their first day in public at the Taronga Western Plains Zoo in Dubbo. They're the first lion cubs to be born at the zoo in 6 years. After spending their first few months bonding with their parents, they're now free to explore all the zoo has to offer, within the enclosure. Every dino has its day, and sadly for these dinos, much like the real ones they're modelled after, those days are over. At this now defunct dinosaur theme park in Turkey, these dinosaurs have been abandoned, wasting away under the harsh sun. The park was opened just 3 years ago, but 8 months after it opened, it ran out of money and had to close down. Sorry, dinos. The early bird catches the worm. Well, that doesn't make sense, because I'm not a bird or a worm. Bye.